to another session from Basavaraj sir. Today he deals with the pandemic situation, how we face the new corona attack. We can hear from him. Now I am welcoming Basavaraj sir on behalf of all of you. Welcome Basavaraj sir. Now we can take into the session, sir. Thank you.
Good evening all. How are you? I think we met 2 weeks back. Fine. So today we'll discuss about how we can handle the issues. You can make your video on and we can have questions and we'll discuss. So I allowed you to unmute, not all who are talking. Okay. So about handling the infections, vaccinations, and how we can overcome without antibiotics, without so-called steroids, and so many things we use. Good evening all. So it's I think it's high time to deal because so many of us fed up with taking so many medicines and so many booster dosages, one or another. I think so many of you already finished third or fourth dosage. So it's never end. It will continue. Like Western countries, every year they are taking the flu vaccine. No? So like that, the same tradition is continuing here also. Every year, corona vaccine, maybe once or twice. Because we are all following English medicine. How can we cannot follow them. Okay. So we are following in the vaccination also. So a few years back, few decades back, there is a 2-3 vaccinations. Today, the newly born kid in multi-specialty hospitals, I think they give more than 25 to 30 vaccinations. Is there any end for it? Taking n number of vaccinations, one another. And I've seen many of my clients, they are taking antibiotics third, fourth time in a year. Still, they are unable to overcome the inflammation which happened, the infections which created from viral or bacterial or some other things. So it's a high time to discuss and what research we did in last 2 years and how we overcome these infections and how we guide it to our clients and our students. So I will take 1 hour session. I'll just brief you the importance of the immunity in our body and how we can strengthen it. I think anybody have questions before starting the session? Cold, cough, wet cough, all the things I will cover today. What are all you wrote, Parusetia? Fever, giddiness, uneasiness, heaviness in the chest, cold, wet, cough, dry cough. I will cover all these topics. I think what I plan to cover, everything you covered in your question. Okay, thank you. So regarding vaccination, I will talk and even weakness after corona also. Fine. Now, what is infection? So infection or inflammation which causes from the external organism. If any organism which is sustaining on the earth means what it means. Is it possible to sustain any microorganisms without wetness, without dampness, without water content? In my first question, are you able to see some bacteria on the Sahara Desert or on the moon or on the Mars? Is it possible to see any kind of microorganisms there? No. Similarly, overall, now texting upper respiratory disorders. It may be a cold, cough, rhinitis, allergy, sneezing, running nose, fever, dry cough, wet cough. Everything is all we call it as a upper respiratory disorders. This upper respiratory disorders because there's a two factors in your body. Clearly, you note down. The first factor, there is a wetness, a dampness, the water content in your body, especially where you are exposing to the external environment. It may be eyes, nose, mouth, ear, genetical organs, sometimes skin also. So if you are affected with the external organisms, any organism, maybe viral, bacteria, fungus, whatever it may be, it is attacking you and staying there for a while and it is reproducing, means there is a wetness. Make sure that most of the time we are the microorganisms, they will enter through food, through breath or through water, or you are exposing the person already got COVID, you are nearby him or staying with him or spending time with him or touching object with him, some or other way. So one is, if any external organisms is attacking you and it is strengthening itself, means the first thing, you have dampness in your body. Without dampness, it is not possible. Of course, our body is made with 70% with water only. There is a wetness in the body. Without that, we can't live on this earth. But one thing, even though there is a wetness, it should be very minimum. Plus, upon that, there should be a protectant. That protection is given by the lungs. Lungs and large intestine, which is responsible for air element or metal element, what we call, these two are responsible for producing and circulating chi in our body. So lung, which produces pectoral chi, it is also called immunity. So lung produces two types of chi energy. By taking air and food, it produces, one is a nourishment chi. It is used to nourish your all the organs and meridians. The second one is protective or defensive chi. So upon the wetness, there is a defensive chi is flowing on your body, on the surface of your body and in your aura, even few centimeters. Even for few centimeters, the defensive chi is protecting you against all the microorganism attack. So one, only there is a two things possibility is there here. One, either you have more dampness, you are creating environment for the microorganism to grow. The second, you have very low immunity because the attacking is happen every second of our life. Even I'm sitting here in my lab, within my 2 meter of around me, there's a millions of microorganisms. Even though we are not infected from them. Why? Because there is a immunity, it is protecting against. So when there is a treatment protocol also, you have to build two things. One, you have to raise the chi and reduce the dampness. Two things, both are important. Rising immunity and reducing dampness. Let's see how we can treat the patient by reducing dampness. And second, how we can improve the immunity to avoid the near future attack by raising the defensive chi. Two sessions. So we'll discuss the first part. Let's say someone of you may be infected, or your clients or your loved one is infected, and doctor will tell there is an infection. What is the first step doctor will take? Any infection. First, doctor will allow to the body to fight against it. 1 day, 2 day, three days, your body fever will rise 101, 102, 103. The moment it rises means the immunity is rising. The fire is building up to fight against the microorganisms. When body is unable to do it, the doctor will give you the external force. That's called antibiotics. How they will give? In the form of biochemicals. I think, what is that famous antibiotic? Normally, doctor will give you like a juice or food. Azithromycin. Paracetamol is just painkiller. It reducing the temperature and reducing the pain. Is a azithromycin something is there? Yeah, amoxicillin. They will give ciprofloxacin, amoxicillin. But what happened to many people means after taking many times of antibiotics, their body is immune to it. Even after taking that antibiotic also, they are not responding. The body is not responding. Why? Yeah, I seen Baba, I seen last year, last month only. Now also you are coming. Let's fight. I will defeat you again. They will tell. Because they learned it. Even recently I read in one medical journal articles. Many of the people in current generation, they are already immune to most of the antibiotics. Now doctors are doing research. Is there any new things we can give? Okay, many times we seen doctor will give you antibiotics, especially for the kids. Why, from 0 to 10 years, the lung is not completely grown to create immunity, to produce the defensive chi energy. Upon that, kids are taking lot of sweets. How is the sweet? Sticky, wet, damp. Yes, no? The moment you give the sweet, it may be a sugar, it may be a fruits, or it may be a even jaggery, or it may be a honey. I'm not telling only sugar. Any food which is sticky in nature, that is creating the dampness. You should take sweets or fruits once in a while. Once in a while. Many people are thinking that taking sweets and fruits good for the body. No. I've seen many healthy peoples who live in village. I born and brought up in village only. Till today, I'm living there only. I left Bangalore 3 years back. Normally, villagers, they're eating fruits occasionally, depending upon the season. In the mango season, 2-3 times they eat mango. Next, what is the jamun fruit is coming? Next, sitapala. Depending upon season, once or twice in that season they will eat. But in metro, in city people, they have more money. They can bring fruits every day. They can enjoy fruits every day. Such a level they will eat, their sugar level will go to the 400. Still they eat fruits. Upon that, so many research articles. Take fruits, take raw vegetables, take what's so called sprouts. No. None of this is included in village food. None of this. Mango and banana creates very high dampness. If anybody, you just ask the sugar patient, after eating banana and after eating mango, the sugar level goes very high. What it means? It's a very high damp. The first step to overcome the illness, the pandemic. I'm telling whether you have pandemic or not, the principle and system, the way you heal is same. The infections, inflammations are coming before and now and future also. Don't think there is a corona, there is a separate protocol for corona. I don't have any protocols for the corona. No. It's not required also. Who heavily affected with COVID-19 is who's having more dampness. Raw banana is better than fruit. Who affected? You know that in COVID-19, especially in COVID, that wave 2, many people died. Who are already having dampness in the body? Who are already having dampness? Like people is having cholesterol, the people are having obese, the people are having diabetes, the people very weak immunity, people are having allergic rhinitis, the people are having frequent cold and cough, the people are having sneezing, cold. Those people are affected heavily in the COVID-19. What it means? It's a dampness. It's not the COVID-19 virus. It's a dampness. It killed them. Okay, now pandemic reduced. It is coming again. What is the first precaution you should take? Reduce the dampness. Not always with points, colors, magnets, mudras. These are all healing techniques should be done rarely. Even for myself, we apply points once in 3 months, 4 months, very rarely. Of course, points are working miraculously, they will helping you. But Along with point, you required some lifestyle food modification. Dampness in Kannada. Tevamsha. Wetness. The first step towards avoiding dampness is don't take regularly. What are all the food? Dairy, fruits, oily, and sweets. Once again, I'll tell you dairy, fruits and raw vegetables, sweets, and all the dairy, sweets, oily, fruits. Four thing you should remember. All are creating dampness. All dairy means all milk, ghee, everything. Milk, curd, buttermilk, ghee, butter. Dates also sweets in nature. Anything sweet in taste, it creates the dampness. Sprouts are not dampness, it's a dryness. People are already having gastritis, excess of dryness in the body. They should not eat the sprouts. Regarding sprouts, we'll talk in the next session. So this session, we can talk about how we can avoid the dampness so that we can avoid the infections. Okay, I will tell you one more thing, Ujjwala. Doctors are taking raw vegetables. Okay, listen carefully. Doctors are advising you to take raw vegetables to increase the alkaline. Very good. Before that, one more question. Who is maintaining dampness in the body? Do you know? Who is maintaining in the body? It's only two organs. It's your spleen and stomach. It's a spleen and stomach which is responsible to managing the dampness. Okay. So, spleen creating the damp and stomach is circulating around the body. It's managing the wetness. But what happened here? The moment you take raw vegetables, stomach has to put more effort to digest it because you took it in raw. Stomach has to put more effort. The moment you eat raw, your body becomes weak. Sorry, especially stomach becomes damp. When stomach is having this much energy and you are giving this much energy, dairy, sweets, raw, fruits, this much energy. What happens? Stomach is telling, my priority is to digest the food because this fellow is giving food again and again, that too cold food, that too damp food. I have to digest it, burn it. Okay, I will tell stomach because stomach is a young organ. I'll go on stomach. Hello, stomach. It's not only digesting food. You should also circulate the fluid throughout the body. I'll tell to stomach. Stomach has two functionality. One it is digesting food. Another one is it's a circulating food and water across the body. Then stomach and spleen tells, I have 100 units of energy. Out of that, 80 units of energy is spent on to digesting heavy foods. which is fatty, greasy, oily, and sticky. Now, I left with only 20%. Then with that 20%, I cannot circulate food and water throughout the body. Then what to do? Why you are asking me? You ask this fellow. Tell him, don't give sticky, damp, heavy food. Because once the food is given to stomach, it's my first primary priority to digest it. Now my second priority is circulating and transforming food and water. I cannot do second priority. I cannot circulate the fluids in the body. Then fluid will stagnate in the body. If the fluid stagnates in the lungs, you'll get upper respiratory disorders. If the fluid stagnates in the lower body, you'll get the urinary tract infection. If the fluid stagnates in the digestion system, you will get the heaviness in the stomach, bloating, and the constipation. If the fluids will stagnate in the face, you'll get the sinusitis. And where there is a fluid, where there is a wetness, microorganisms usually come and stay there. They may create fungus, they may create laryngitis, they may create urinary tract infections, they may create ulcers. Then what to do? This fellow is telling, don't listen to stomach. You eat everything. Then infection हो गया ना? क्या करना? What to do now? Don't listen to stomach. You eat everything. I will give you antibiotics to you. Antibiotics, 5 days course, 8 days course, 10 days course. Come and stay in the body. They will give you full protection. They will fight behalf of you. They will kill all the virus, all the bacteria, fungus, everything. And doctor will tell you you are infection free now. You are normal now. See the report. You go back to home. Because there is a stagnation in the body because your stomach is weak. Again, what you do? Again, one more infection. Again, cold. Again, cough. Again, breathlessness. Oh, let's run doctor again. People are going to doctors like they are going to their uncle house without hesitation. Most of the people, they are thinking that the doctors are friends. The doctors are uncle and mama, auntie. No, it's wrong. You should go to doctors maybe once or twice in your life, not more than that. Once or twice, maximum 3 times, that's it. I'm not telling myself. I did research on more than 1,000 people whose age is more than 70, 80 years and who lived in villages, who are doing regular physical work in the fields. With that heavy work, they are eradicating all the dampness in the form of sweat, in the form of urination. I did thorough research on them. They are telling, I gone few 10, 12 years back once. Why? They are working minimum 4 to 6 hours, minimum in the field. The moment you do physical activity, the stagnated dampness fluids which is go out. Where is the chance of infection? No chance at all. We staying, see the farmer who's working 8 hours in fields, is rarely eat sweets, is rarely eat fruits. He rarely uses ghee in the food. He rarely takes the ice creams and so-called cakes. Very rarely. What you are doing, you are not at all doing even 1 hour physical work, not at all sweating at all. Upon that, daily taking sweets in the form of tea, coffee, cakes, this, that, biscuits, and all. And upon that, you are taking lot of fruits every day by telling doctor's name. Doctor told fruits are good and healthy. No, you don't have any eligibility to take sweets and fruits because you are not removing your dampness every day. How many hours you are sweating? Dampness can be eradicated. You have to stop the damp food. At the same time, you have to do physical activity to sweat out. This we are not doing. And every day, your stomach becoming weaker. Because your stomach and spleen weak, because of that only fluids are stagnated. Nobody else. Any part of the body you got infections, it's because of stomach is weak. Nobody else. The first step towards healing is stop taking damp food. The second step is physical activity. Doctors, apple a day keeps doctors away. You do one thing, daily eat apple now. Within 1 or 2 weeks, you'll get phlegm, cough. Yes or no? Many people are experienced. After taking apple, what happens? You can take apple every day. Only if you are able to eradicating the dampness every day. After taking apple, many people feeling stomach heaviness and many people are telling very clearly that a phlegm is creating and throat is feeling itchy. Many complaints. Why? Your stomach is weak. Simply you are spending for doctors and weakening your immunity. If you remove your dampness, I'm telling you, you will cure all the infections without taking antibiotics. We proved in our clinic. We have a number of reports. Taking antibiotic, it will kill present bacteria or present infection. It won't cure future because the antibiotics not clearing the dampness. They are clearing the infection. Because there is an environment in the body to grow again. Don't misunderstanding me. I'm not telling you to don't eat fruits. You can eat all the fruits. You can eat all the sweets. You can take all the non-veg. Only if and only if you are able to removing dampness every day. Is there any shortcut to remove the dampness? Yeah, simple tips are there. Take little warm food freshly cooked food, and small amount of spices in the food. Do you know why India is so famous in the world in the ancient history for spices? The England, French, Dutch, they came to India to purchase the spices. Why you know? All cold country people are suffering with so many illness with the dampness. They need spices to remove damp. That's what they searched new ways to reach India. Vasco da Gama done that. You read history, no? In high school. But spices will clear dampness. But one thing is, you can't take more spices because you are already in the indeficiency. After taking spices, many people are feeling gastritis, headache, constipation, body pains. Don't worry. Add little spices in the body. Little spices. Garlic, pepper, ginger, onion, clove, cinnamon. All are used little quantity in your food. And always eat freshly cooked, warm food. Only in the afternoon, if you exposed to sunlight, if more heat in the body, then only you take the buttermilk. Staying in AC room, staying in the indoor and taking buttermilk is wrong. See, all food is good. Before taking it, ask yourself, are you eligible to take it? Just a minute. So, welcome back. The primary step towards healing any infection is we should not create dampness in the body. All of you, my request is do some or other physical activity. It's left to you. Yoga, qigong, walking, gym, working in the field, whatever you will. And expose yourself into sunlight and warm your body. That warmness is clearing the dampness in the body. But too much warm also creates dampness, because when too much heat in the body, it will reduce the body fluids and make stagnation. So your body should not too cold or too wet or stagnant. Staying healthy and maintaining immunity is an art that you have to learn and incubate in your daily routine. Once you eliminate dampness, I'm sure no virus, bacteria will stay, because your body protective chi is always maintaining the body warmness. That warmth is a shield for you. It's a protecting shield against any external attack. It is not only for the microorganisms, even the external evils will attack. External evil means what we call in the TCM 6 evils: cold, damp, heat, wind, dryness. They will attack when season is changing in the environment. Okay, now it's too cloudy, too rainy in Bangalore, heavy rains. In this moment, your body is able to warm your defensive chi, the responsibilities, even though the outside temperature is 10 or 8 degrees, your body has to be shielded. So that is possible with the lung chi energy. So unfortunately, our breathing becomes shallow and breathless because we are unable to raise the lung chi energy. For the lungs, only two raw materials is required to create immunity. One is air, and one is food. Without giving a proper raw materials, we cannot blame the lungs. Simply immunity is low, cold is more, cough is more. Lungs is telling, give proper food and breathe properly. I will do my job. I am ready to do my job. But you are only not giving raw materials. What can I do? It's our responsibility. Don't blame anybody for your illness. You didn't maintain stomach and spleen energy, and you continuously ignored and overloaded your stomach. Biryani is there to take occasionally, but many guys in the metropolitan city, their daily food become biryani become their daily food. No, not at all. It's heavy. It's hard to digest. You should always take traditional Indian food. Warm rice, warm rotis with curry, added little flavored spices in it. That is our regular food. And who are doing a construction work, daily labor work, and agriculture work, they can take non-veg weekly 3 times, 4 times. But who are doing official work and very less physical activity, reduce your non-veg, sweets and fruits and dairy. There is no shortcut to gain the health. Any questions from your side is welcome. Any questions which is related to immunity? Yes, ARV Pillai. You can unmute, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, some raw vegetable like carrot, beetroot can be converted into juice, and if we take it, will it be all right, or
No,
it
see,
will?
very simple. Why can't you cook and eat?
Okay.
Cooking means already 50 to 60% already it is digested. It's boiled. Now it's easy to stomach to digest it.
Right.
If you take raw juice, raw fruits and raw vegetables, for your stomach, it has to put more energy. Okay,
Right,
it will put, if you do more physical activity, it will do.
right.
So I think your age is 60 plus or 70 near.
Around 70, sir.
70 years. So already your physical activity little going down. Why to hurt the stomach? Another 10-15 years, give very light and cooked food so that it will happily work another 15-20 years. I want to see you at 90 also.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Asha?
Good evening, sir. Thank you. Very good explanation about the dampness. So, what actually you are telling is we should do proper exercise and we should take how much ever work we do, that much of food, and that to cook food. What about the oils and dairy products? At least we need proteins, no, sir. For
Yeah,
that case,
you can say that's what I told you. You can enjoy all the dairy, meat, and non-veg depending
Okay.
upon your physical activity.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And one more thing is, if dampness is more, infection will spread.
100%.
Okay. And how to reduce the cholesterol and how to make our body fit, like using some points in the acupressure or
Yeah, I will
exercise
tell. I already thought so many points in the other session. This session, I'm telling you, how can you do without that also?
Okay, I am a first time attending your session.
Okay, that's what I told. Now, for me, even cholesterol also dampness only.
Okay.
Okay. It's more dampness in the liver.
Sir, good evening. This is Purnima. Yes, sir. Sir, good evening. Purnima here, sir. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, Purnima, can you hear?
Hello.
Sir, for the last 7 days, I am having this fever, and once fever had come, you said gave me the some point and LI4 sedation. With that, fever is gone. But now also the congestion and headache is on and off. I'm having.
You do liver one tonification. Headache will clear.
Liver 1 tonification, and there is some post nasal drip. There is nothing coming out of the nose as such. Now you can hear my voice is like nasal tone. Something is there, post nasal drip I am having, sir.
Head heaviness is there.
Yes, sir. Too much.
Liver to sedation.
Pardon, sir?
Liver to sedation.
Liver 2 sedation. Right, sir. Right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
You can mute. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Suchitra here.
Yeah, good evening, Suchitra. How are you?
I am doing good, sir.
Yes.
Sir, first I would like to share a feedback. My daughter was down with cold, fever. First they had given LI 11 sedation point, which improved. And then what happened is we had to attend a birthday party and she had cake. Immediately I could see the effect from the cold that was going away. She started having heavy phlegm and then she started having rough cough. Then I asked you, and you didn't give me any point that time. You told me only to press Li3, liver 3 on her leg, and then you asked me to apply Vicks on her palm. I was very worried because her fever was coming and going. I tried with bath, sponging, everything. For 2 days, she was fine. But when it hit 100, I gave her paracetamol. That is the only medicine I gave. After that, whatever you told me, now her cold is completely come down. There is a little bit of cough here and there, but I did give her honey. I just want to know when the night coughing improved, used to get worse, I used to give her honey. You said don't give anything that is sticky, but how did that help her stop coughing at that point in time? Earlier, you told me that whenever there is a dry cough, give honey, 1 spoon as a medicine. I gave her honey during the rough phase of cough. So how did that help when she's already having severe phlegm coming out of her nose? I am a little confused.
When there is a phlegm, no, so it's the in is more.
Okay.
Honey is also in. So first you have to reduce the in. That's what I told. Press the stomach reflex and apply Vicks on the lung reflex.
Yeah, the reason I shared this feedback is, sir, like parents like me who have small children, we tend to go to doctors, start with antibiotics. Touch wood, for my daughter, I've not been taking medicine for the last 1 year. This was the after 1 year I've given her paracetamol for the first time. Because her fever touched 101 and I got worried. So I gave her 2 doses of it. After that, it didn't come, but I've been sponging her. After I learned your course, I have so much faith in this that I don't run to the doctor, but I wait it out. And then I do all this. And you don't give me points generally. You ask me to only press or do with food. So I'm very thankful to you for helping us out with this. It would really be helpful if you could tell me if somebody is with dampness and they've already acquired an infection, how can you reduce the dampness with food?
With the food means add little spices.
Okay.
Little spices in dal and curries which we cook. Okay,
The
not in the
spices that you mentioned.
not in the summer, in the rainy season and winter.
Okay, sir. Done.
Okay, thank you.
Done. Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much for attending the class and enjoying the session. We will see you tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock. Good night, madam.